This is Taiwan Talk on ICRT.
Taiwan may be known for its rich food culture, but many Taiwanese can't really make their way around the kitchen. One of them was Tsai of Cookinn Taiwan. Now, in this week's edition of Taiwan Talk, the cookbook author and Le Cordon Bleu trained cooking professional tells us what led her to abandon a career in marketing to open a cooking school and why she thinks that even in the age of the internet, there's nothing like a real-life in-person cooking class.
Like our generation, like I would say, people who are about 30 to 40, Taiwanese people, we seldom has the chance to cook. In Taiwan, people say, oh, you just be the good student, right? You just keep study. You don't need to worry about the food. You don't need to worry about the cleaning. You don't worry about anything. You just study, right? So, I studied hard. I was a good student, so I studied really hard. And I graduated from the best high school in Taipei, and then going to the college in Taiwan, the NTU. There's no kitchen in the dorm, right? We share a room with 4 students, and then there's just no any stove in the dorm. Even the sink, the sink for cooking, there's no. So I eat out like 4 years. I believe most of the college students, like in Taiwan, did the same thing. We eat out for 4 years, and then we graduate from the school, and we start to work. Yeah, only when we start our families and we have kids, and we think about, oh, probably we should cook. That's healthier.
Was there something that happened in your childhood? Is there a story you can share about you and your family that will kind of point to the importance of cuisine and cooking in your home?
My mom was working mom. She worked in the bank, and she's so busy all the time. And but every day, even like 7 p.m., he just got off the job and he rode a scooter, rush home, and prepare all the dishes, like the whole table dish for 4 of us, for our families, in 30 minutes. I just enjoy, go along with her to the market and help on the kitchen since my teenage years. So the most fun part, the most interesting part for me for cooking, it's about the dining table time, the family time on the dining table. So people can sit down and eat all the home cooked dishes all together, to share the stories, to share what's going on today, something like that. So I try to be a cooking teacher rather than a chef, because if I were a chef, I work for people and cook for special moments for them. But that's only for the special moment on the special day. But if I'm a cooking teacher, I can teach people how to cook at home so they can make it into routine.
Even so, Tsai said it took her a while to transition to becoming a cooking teacher.
Occasionally, I got the chance to be a volunteer teacher in 2015. That at that time, the Jamie Oliver Foundation was in Taiwan, and they have like the Food Revolution days in Taiwan, and I volunteered to be the part of that, and I really enjoy that. The feel of sharing, the feel of exchanging thoughts to people, that really helped me a lot. So I switch again, like a tiny switch, from the comic chef to culinary teacher. Yeah. So I've been teaching since 2015 until 2018. Yeah. In 2018, I had a chance to visit Korea, to Seoul. Yeah. I attended a Korean cooking class. They told us. They brought us to the local market, and then told us how to make the samgatang, which is the ginseng chicken soup. Okay, I think that was a highlight of my trip. And I remember I forgot all the things I visit, all the places I visit in Seoul. I only remember the time I enjoy in the cooking class there. So I started wondering. We always say, "Oh, we're very proud of our food," but we don't have the chance to show people like deeper insight or the recipes to the international travelers. So half years later, I started Cookinn Taiwan.
A lot of people will say, and maybe COVID will reinforce this, maybe it hasn't, but a lot of people might say that there's no more need for live cooking classes because you've got YouTube, right? People go on YouTube and they go on the internet, they find their recipes and they track YouTube videos down to try and learn how to cook new dishes. Yeah. What is your sales pitch? What elevator pitch do you have for these people who think videos are enough?
Okay, I firmly believe cooking, especially cooking classes during a trip, it's an experience. It's more than just cook the dishes. It's a whole experience. You can, during our class, our teachers will show you all the Taiwanese ingredients. You can touch it, you can smell it. And then we cook together, and then we talk about the Taiwanese history. We talk about our climate. We talk about our lush landscape. It's a whole experience. So not just the technique. It's about the everything around the food we can share, right? So still, I think it's unreplaceable. Like videos, you can just you watch it, but you cannot touch it, right? So that's quite different.
If you could choose one thing, one experience or one memory that you want guests to take away from Cookinn Taiwan that they can't get anywhere else, what would that be?
That's a hard question. Okay, like sometimes people would say like Taiwanese cuisine is an extension of Chinese cuisine, and we keep saying that, we keep talking about like that for years and years. But to me, I think Taiwanese cuisine is totally different from Chinese cuisine because we have different culture, we have different history. So you can see Taiwanese cuisine. It reflects the influence by coastal China, from Japan, from Southeast Asia, even from the States, right? So our students to realize, okay, it's Taiwanese cuisine. It's more than they thought, more than what they thought. It's not just extension. It's a new thing, and that's also why it's so innovative. It's so inclusive because just like Taiwanese people, I would say that our taste of Taiwanese cuisine, it's like Taiwanese people. It's mild, it's inclusive, and it's a little bit sweet, right? So that reflects who we are. Yeah. So that's what I want them to feel during the class.
You were listening to Tsai of Cookinn Taiwan. And that does it for this week's edition of Taiwan Talk. I'm Hope Go. Until next time, thank you for tuning in.